The first time I knew my family saw me as a misfit was at my cousin Emily's bachelorette party in Atlanta. I wasn't sulking in a corner or causing a scene. I was smiling at my laptop, watching my AI security platform, SecureWave, hit a milestone. 10,000 users online at once. A victory. My name's Olivia, and at 23, I'd just launched something that could change the game. But in Aunt Margaret's sprawling living room, I felt like an outsider. Pink balloons floated above, and paper lanterns glowed softly. Everyone else cooed over lace lingerie and shiny kitchen mixers. I sat in my black jeans and faded hoodie, my fingers tapping the keyboard. System logs scrolled by. Everything was running smoothly. Perfect. Olivia, honey, Aunt Margaret's voice cut through, sharp and syrupy. Her heels clicked on the hardwood. Put that thing away. You're missing the fun. I glanced up. 20 pairs of eyes stared back. Some pitying, some irritated. All judging. Emily, in her glittering dress, waved a gift bag. Come on, we're starting the gift exchange. Just a sec, I mumbled, saving my work. An update was deploying. Critical. Margaret sighed, loud enough for everyone to hear. Dear, the only update you need is a boyfriend. When's the last time you went on a date? The room erupted in laughter. My cheeks burned, but I forced a smile. The kind I'd mastered at family gatherings. I was about to respond when Emily chimed in, twirling her engagement ring. Nathan knows some single doctors from his hospital. I could set you up, Liv. Thanks, but I'm good. I closed my laptop, the buzz of success still humming in my chest. The gift exchange dragged on. Every ribbon untied came with chatter about weddings, babies, and real life. My phone vibrated in my pocket. More users. More proof I wasn't wasting my time. But as Margaret raised her glass for a toast, her eyes locked on me. To Emily, who knows love matters more than screens. Laughter again. I sipped my drink, gripping my laptop tighter. They thought I was broken. They were wrong. The party hummed around me, but my world narrowed to the laptop screen. I was still riding the high of 10,000 users on SecureWave when a notification flashed. Red. Urgent. My heart skipped. Warning. Unauthorized access attempt detected. Source. Internal network. Timestamp. 2 minutes ago. I froze, my fingers hovering over the keyboard. Internal network? Here? Aunt Margaret's living room was a sea of pastel dresses and champagne flutes, not a hacker's den. I scanned the room. Emily was laughing, her engagement ring catching the light. But something felt off. She'd just brushed past my chair, grabbing another drink from the table behind me. Convenient timing. Hey, Olivia. Emily's voice was too sweet, cutting through my focus. You okay? You look intense. Her smile didn't reach her eyes. She clutched her glass tightly, manicured nails glinting. Yeah, fine. I forced my voice steady, already running diagnostics. The attack wasn't random. It targeted SecureWave's core security protocols. Someone with basic coding skills had tried to slip in. Not a pro, but not an amateur either. My pulse raced. The logs loaded. The IP traced to this house. My eyes flicked to Emily again. She was back with the others, but her glance started my way. Was it her? Could she know enough to try this? Aunt Margaret's voice broke in, sharp. Olivia, are you even listening? We're talking about Emily's honeymoon plans. I didn't look up. My fingers flew, locking down the system. Then it slipped out, low but clear. Like when you rerouted Mom's trust fund last year, Aunt Margaret? The room went dead silent. Glasses stopped clinking. Emily's smile faltered. Margaret's face drained of color. What are you talking about? Her voice was a squeak. I hadn't meant to say it aloud. Years of their jabs about my obsession, my wasted potential, had built up, and now this attack. Someone here was scared of what I'd built. Nothing, I said, slamming my laptop shut. But my mind was spinning. The timestamp matched Emily's move behind me. And Margaret's reaction? Guilty. They weren't just mocking me. They were threatened. I gripped my phone, the alert still glowing. This wasn't over. I stood up, my laptop tucked under my arm. The air in Aunt Margaret's Atlanta living room felt thick, heavy with unspoken accusations. Emily's fake smile lingered, her eyes darting to Margaret, who was still pale from my jab about the trust fund. The party's chatter had stopped, all eyes on me. I didn't care. "Congrats, Emily," I said, my voice flat. "You and Nathan will be great together." I grabbed my bag and headed for the door. Behind me, someone whispered, "She's always like this." Let them talk. Outside, the night was cool, the streetlights casting long shadows. My phone buzzed. Another alert from SecureWave. Intrusion attempt failed. Countermeasures successful. Target identified and logged. A slow smile spread across my face. They'd tried to break in and they'd failed. Hard. I slid into my car, the engine humming to life. The logs confirmed it. The attack came from inside the house. Emily's face flashed in my mind, her too perfect smile, her hovering behind my chair. She, or someone she knew, wanted to sabotage what I'd built. Why? Because I wasn't like them? Because my success wasn't tied to wedding bells or a normal life. My grip tightened on the wheel. They thought I was wasting my time, hiding behind a screen. They were wrong. I wasn't hiding. I was creating something untouchable, something they couldn't control. SecureWave wasn't just code, it was proof. Proof I wasn't the broken one. As I drove away, Atlanta's skyline glowed in the distance. My phone buzzed again. More users joining the platform. Thousands more. Each one a validation. Each one a middle finger to the pitying looks and whispered judgments. I wasn't running from my family. I was leaving them behind. They feared what I could do, and tonight, they'd shown their hand. Let them try to break me. I'd built something stronger than their lies. The game was on, and I was already winning. 5 years later, I sat in a sleek conference room at Pinnacle Bank, 30 floors above New York City. The morning sun glinted off the Hudson River, but my eyes were on my tablet. Headlines scrolled, SecureWave AI stops $500 million cyber heist. My platform had caught the flaw in 12 minutes flat. A win that echoed across the globe. I was Olivia, CEO of SecureWave, no longer the hoodie-wearing kid from Atlanta. Ethan, my CTO, leaned over, his voice low. "The Germans want an exclusive contract. They're practically begging." I nodded, only half listening. The real victory wasn't the headline. It was the quiet thrill of proving them wrong. Aunt Margaret, Emily, all of them, they'd called my work a waste. Now my robot friends had saved one of America's biggest banks. "Earth to Olivia," Ethan teased, waving a hand. "Board meetings in 10. You ready?" "Always." I adjusted my tailored blazer. No more hoodies. In these rooms, appearances mattered. Armani and a leather briefcase screamed power, even if I still felt like that girl coding in her bedroom. Natalie, my advisor, intercepted me in the hallway. Her face was tight. "Olivia, we need to talk. Now." She pulled me into an empty office, closing the door. "An emergency bailout request came in last night. Dawson Health, $10 million. My stomach twisted. Dawson Health. Nathan's company. Emily's husband. What's the deal? They're drowning. Their main clinic's in debt, and there's legal trouble brewing. Natalie hesitated. The numbers don't add up, Liv. But there's pressure from higher-ups to push it through. My phone pinged. Ethan had sent the loan documents. I skimmed them, years of pattern recognition kicking in. These financials are fake, I said, pointing to the revenue charts. Too clean. No one's growth is this perfect. Natalie raised an eyebrow. Can you prove it? I opened SecureWave's analysis module on my tablet. Give me 5 minutes. The boardroom was filling up as I worked, numbers and patterns aligning like puzzle pieces. I barely noticed the suits filing in until Nathan walked through the door. Older, puffier, his suit slightly off. He didn't recognize me at first. The chairman cleared his throat. "Mr. Dawson, present your case." Nathan started his pitch, all smooth talk about temporary setbacks. I let him speak, my AI digging deeper. This wasn't just a bailout. It was a cover-up. And I was about to blow it wide open. Nathan stood at the head of the Pinnacle Bank boardroom, his voice smooth as he spun a tale of market woes and bad luck. I sat quietly, my tablet humming with SecureWave's analysis. The New York skyline loomed outside, a stark contrast to the lies filling the room. Nathan's custom suit couldn't hide the sweat beading on his forehead. He hadn't clocked me yet. The chairman nodded. Mr. Dawson, you're asking for $10 million. Explain why we should trust Dawson Health. I swiped my tablet, the AI's results loading. Fraud patterns. Offshore transfers. Gambling debts. My pulse quickened. Time to end this. Actually, I cut in, my voice calm but sharp. I have a question. All eyes turned to me. Nathan's brow furrowed, then his face paled. Recognition hit. Your financials claim steady growth, but 7 transfers to a Cayman Islands account say otherwise. Care to explain? The room went still. Nathan stammered, I don't know what you're talking about. I flipped my tablet toward the board, projecting the data. These transactions, all under reporting thresholds. Clever. And these charges in Atlantic City part of your medical budget. A board member gasped. Nathan's jaw tightened. This is absurd. You can't access my personal records. Public loan applications aren't private, I said coolly. And SecureWave's fraud detection doesn't lie. I swiped again, revealing a hidden malpractice lawsuit buried in Dawson Health's filings. This settlement you're dodging also funded by those transfers? Nathan lunged forward, voice rising. You're just jealous. Always have been of Emily of our life. Jealous? I laughed, cold and sharp. Of your fake success? Your debts? Or the fraud you're running through your clinic? The chairman leaned forward, eyes narrowing. Mr. Dawson, is this true? Nathan's face shifted from red to gray. This is a setup. No, I said, standing. It's the truth. And truth catches up. Whispers filled the room. The chairman nodded to security. 2 guards stepped forward. Nathan grabbed his briefcase, spitting venom. Emily was right about you, Olivia. Hiding behind your computer, thinking you're better than us. I didn't flinch. My computer tells the truth. Yours buries it. As security escorted him out, Natalie touched my arm. You okay? I packed my tablet, my heart steady. Better than okay. Nathan thought he could fool the world. He forgot I built the system that sees through lies. And I wasn't done yet. The next morning, Chloe burst into my office at SecureWave's New York headquarters, her usual spark replaced by urgency. Olivia, you need to see this. Her tablet glowed with threat logs. My blood ran cold. Someone had probed our old codebase version 1 offline for years. The timestamp? 5 years ago, during our beta phase. That's impossible, I muttered, leaning closer. The logs showed a user ID, eCooper_19. Emily. My cousin's face flashed in my mind, hovering over my shoulder at a family gathering years back. My mother's memorial in Atlanta. I'd been debugging SecureWave's prototype, drowning grief in code. Show me your project, she'd said, all smiles. I know someone who can help. Marcus, I whispered. Emily had mentioned him, a college friend now running TechGuard, our rival. And Nathan's business partner at Dawson Health. Chloe pulled up Marcus's profile. CEO of TechGuard, tied to Dawson Health through a shady joint venture. My phone buzzed. A message from an unknown number. Still think you're smarter than everyone, Liv? Signed M, Marcus. My jaw tightened. Dig into the trust fund transfers. 5 years back. Ethan appeared, coffee in hand. Liv, this is deep. The timestamp's no coincidence. Someone planted this during beta. He pointed at the logs. And look, shell companies linked to TechGuard. I opened SecureWave's financial module. Patterns emerged. My mother's trust fund, meant for me and Emily, had been drained. First through legal transfers by Aunt Margaret, then funneled into shell companies. One led straight to TechGuard. They funded our rival, I said, voice low. With my money. Chloe's fingers flew over her keyboard. There's more. TechGuard's using code fragments from our old system. They've been stealing for years. My phone rang. Natalie, urgent. Turn on the news. CNBC blared. TechGuard announces AI medical security breakthrough with Dawson Health. They're using our code, Chloe hissed. A backdoor, dormant until now. Rage simmered, but I stayed calm. Get me every transfer record. Every email. Every deal. Ethan hesitated. Liv, this is a hornet's nest. Good. I leaned back, eyes on the screen. I'm ready to kick it. Emily, Margaret, Marcus, they thought they could bury me. But I'd built SecureWave to find the truth. And the truth was about to bite back. TechGuard thought they could outsmart me. Big mistake. Back in my New York office, the SecureWave Security Center buzzed with alerts. Chloe's monitors flashed red. They're hitting our current system, she said, her voice tight. Using our stolen code. I leaned over her shoulder, scanning the logs. Amateur move. They'd activated a backdoor from our old codebase, not knowing I'd built a trap. Years ago, I'd coded a self-destruct sequence into SecureWave's beta, a failsafe against thieves. My fingers flew across the keyboard, muscle memory from countless late nights. Let's turn their weapon against them. I hit enter. The screens lit up. TechGuard's attack imploded, their servers crashing like dominoes. Chloe gasped. Their stock's tanking. Look. CNBC's ticker confirmed it. TechGuard shares plummeted 20% in minutes. My phone rang. Emily's name flashed. I answered, voice calm. Having a bad day? What did you do? She screamed. Marcus says our systems are fried. Karma's funny like that, I said. Did Marcus mention the backdoor you helped him plant? Or how he's using Nathan's clinic to launder money from our stolen tech? Silence. Then a whisper. You're ruining us. No, Emily. You did that. Helping Marcus, letting Aunt Margaret fund him with my trust fund. I paused, letting it sink in. Oh, and the SEC's sniffing around those investments. Good luck. She hung up. Chloe grinned, pointing to a new alert. TechGuard's board just fired Marcus. He's out. Ethan whistled, leaning against the doorframe. You planned this, didn't you? Not exactly. I smirked. But I built SecureWave to protect itself. They forgot who wrote the code. My tablet pinged. A paper trail from the trust fund surfaced transfers to TechGuard, signed by Margaret. Every move documented. Chloe, send this to the SEC, anonymously. You sure? She asked. This'll bury them. Positive. I stood, the city skyline glittering through the window. Emily, Margaret, Marcus, they'd underestimated me, thinking I was just a girl with a laptop. But I'd built a fortress. Their lies were crumbling, and I was the one holding the wrecking ball. Ethan clapped my shoulder. What's next, boss? I looked at the screens, SecureWave still humming. We keep building. They're not the only ones watching. The fight wasn't over, but I just won a major round. I chose a crowded Chicago coffee shop for the meeting, right in the lobby of SecureWave's regional office. 5 years of silence, and now my father, Robert, wanted to talk. Fine. My terms. He was already there when I arrived, his banker's suit loose, his hair more gray than I remembered. Olivia, he stood, voice soft. You look accomplished. I sat, no hug. Chasing dreams does that. The waiter appeared. I ordered an espresso. Robert fidgeted, waiting for her to leave. Margaret called me, he said, breaking the silence. She's upset. Something about TechGuard stock crashing. Funny how she runs to you when her plans fail. I pulled out my tablet, swiping to a file. Want to see what else she's been up to? I slid it across the table. Photos loaded Robert and Margaret at her Cape Cod beach house, dated weeks after Mom's funeral. Trust fund transfers followed, siphoned to TechGuard. His eyes avoided mine. It's complicated, Liv. Complicated? I laughed, bitter. You and Margaret planned to protect the family legacy by stealing my inheritance. You called my work risky. My phone buzzed. Ethan's text, Marcus is holding a press conference. Turn on the news. The cafe's TV flickered to CNBC. Marcus, in a sharp suit, stood with Emily behind him. TechGuard's system failure was sabotage, he declared. We have evidence pointing to SecureWave and its founder. I scoffed. They stole my code and tried to hack us. My system fought back. Robert stared at the screen, pale. Is this true? The truth? I leaned forward. Emily helped Marcus plant malware in my prototype. You and Margaret funded their scheme with Mom's trust fund, thinking I'd fail. My phone pinged again. Chloe sent an email chain Mom's words to Margaret before she died. Support Olivia's dreams. The trust is for her future. Margaret's reply? I'll handle it. My hand shook. Mom trusted you both. You betrayed her. Robert slumped. Margaret said it was for your own good. To teach you real values. Real values? I stood, chair scraping. Like loyalty? Like keeping promises? The cafe hushed. I built something that saves lives. You chose Margaret's lies over your daughter. He called after me as I walked out. I'm sorry, Liv. Too late. Outside, Chicago's wind bit my face. My phone buzzed. SEC investigating tech guard. Robert's apology meant nothing. Justice was coming, and I was its architect. Aunt Margaret was waiting in my New York office when I returned, her pearl necklace gleaming, her posture stiff with pride. She'd aged, lines etching her face, but her eyes burned with defiance. Ethan stood nearby, arms crossed, watching her like a sentinel. You can go, Ethan, I said, settling behind my desk. You sure? His gaze didn't leave her. I'm sure. I nodded. My aunt's not staying long. Margaret's voice trembled, just a crack. Olivia, we need to fix this. The scandal's destroying everything. Fix what? I opened my laptop, pulling up the trust fund records. This? I turned the screen toward her. Transfers to TechGuard, signed by her. Emails to her lawyer, plotting to manage my inheritance dated days after Mom's death. She flinched. You don't understand. I was protecting the family. By stealing from me? I laughed cold. By funding Nathan's scams and Marcus's theft? The door swung open. Chloe rushed in, tablet in hand. Sorry, boss. You need to see this. She slapped the device down. Margaret's email inbox glowed frantic messages to offshore accounts sent that morning. Attempts to hide the last of the trust fund. Still covering your tracks? I asked, voice low. Or just Nathan's? Margaret's composure cracked. Nathan promised the medical venture would save us. I had to protect Emily. She deserves a real life, not this. Her hand waved at my office, my screens. A real life. I stood, slow and deliberate. Like Mom wanted for me? She left that trust for my dreams. You spat on her wishes. You're just like her, Margaret spat, mask gone. Always thinking you're better, with your big ideas and fancy tech. I pulled up another file. Her email to the lawyer, planning to redirect Mom's trust. I found it all, Margaret. The transfers, the shell companies, your meetings with Dad. I pressed a key. And now the FBI has it too. She gasped, clutching her bag. You wouldn't. We're family. Family? My voice was ice. Family doesn't betray a dying sister. Family doesn't rob an orphan. My phone buzzed. News alert. FBI raids TechGuard. Marcus arrested. I showed her the headline. Your investment's worthless now. Margaret stumbled toward the door, tears falling. You've ruined us. No, I called after her. You did. I just let the truth out. Chloe grinned. That felt good, didn't it? I nodded, staring at the city's skyline. It's not over yet. 2 weeks later, the Pinnacle Bank boardroom felt lighter, like a storm had passed. The New York skyline sparkled outside, and I stood tall as Natalie presented the numbers. SecureWave's fraud detection saved billions. The FBI calls it the biggest corporate espionage case this year. The board, once skeptical of a young tech founder, now nodded with respect. Ethan added, the hack attempt made our AI stronger. We're catching patterns we never saw before. I spoke up. Dawson Health wasn't just laundering money. They faked patient records to hide misconduct. Margaret's stolen trust fund fueled it all. Nathan's scams, Marcus's tech theft. The chairman cleared his throat. Olivia, this must have been personal. I smiled. Not really. Lies are messy. Truth is simple. Chloe burst in, tablet in hand. Boss, your dad sent this. An email from Robert. Margaret's confession, trust fund documents, all laid bare. I should have protected you, he wrote. I hope this helps. My phone rang. Emily's voice broken. Nathan's going to jail. Mom's under investigation. You happy now? You built on lies, I said. I built something real. She hung up. The chairman stood. Olivia, the board's extending Secure Waves contract. Full integration. One condition, I said. Promote Chloe to Chief Security Officer. She's earned it. Chloe's eyes widened. Ethan grinned. Done, the chairman agreed. Anything else? Yeah. I paused. A scholarship fund for girls who code. The Laura Bennett Memorial Fund. For my mom. Natalie wiped a tear. She'd be proud. Outside, I stood by Mom's grave in a quiet Chicago cemetery, placing lilies on the stone. You were right, Mom. About everything. Ethan waited by the car, holding a box. Found something. A key from Robert led us to Mom's storage unit. Inside, boxes held my old coding projects, awards, and a letter. Don't doubt yourself, Mom wrote. Build something extraordinary. I smiled through tears. She'd known. Later, at Secure Waves lobby, a new sign glowed, Laura Bennett Technology Center. Ethan pulled out a ring. Forever? Forever, I said, taking it. But first, I've got a coding class to teach. The autumn breeze softened. Mom's name shone above, like code in the sunset. This wasn't revenge. It was justice. And I'd built it my way.